Back home and unpacking the bags full of wonderful goodies after 56 days on the road. India, in central India and northern India, and then Uzbekistan. And of course, we were studying textiles all the way. It was so amazing. We have both tours back on the cards for 2025, and this might give you some idea of what we saw. Well, I'm back home. It's not even 24 hours yet. So out in the studio and going from 39 degrees in Delhi to having to have the heater on out here. I think it's about 15 degrees. However, the studio was a bit cold because no one's been out here, of course, for all that time, and I had everything covered. This is, my outside studio, and I have spiders up there, and they do things on my table, so I had to cover everything. And so right now I'm unboxing everything, and I said I'd share some of the gorgeous things I bought, and I have lots of wonderful things. I brought home almost 90 kilos of luggage, and I didn't have to handle it in Delhi. I get a porter to help me, but of course once I get to Melbourne I have to get the luggage off the thing going around. words a bit difficult today. And put them onto a trolley, and then take them out, and then put them through to go through to Adelaide. So you go through security, and yeah, I had to handle them then. So that was a bit much. I think they were a bit heavier than I'm used to. I had 3 bags. So, but it's all here, and it's just lovely. This piece here I've just pulled out. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this is Suzani from Uzbekistan, and it was a lovely piece, and I'll show you a little, show it a little clearer. It's really lovely. What I loved about it was, the black and white, the way they've done the black and white around the birds. I think it's about, I don't know, it's about 8 or 9 foot long, and as you can see, that's how wide it is. And it was up on the wall at the place that I went in, outside, up on the wall, although it wasn't open to the elements. It may have got a bit dusty. But I said to them, they kept showing me all these beautiful pieces. I said, no, this is the one I want, because I collect birds, and I think this was just lovely. This is the back of it. So it's done with a hook. So there's 2 different ways you can do Suzani, and it's done with a hook, almost like a latch hook, but it's very intensive work to get it done, and I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous. I love these 2 birds at the top, so I'll put some shots in of that later on. I have to just go one thing at a time, and take them out and touch them. Generally, when I'm buying, I have an idea of where I want to put things, and I have some ideas for some new room designs at home, and these will all fit in very well. We visited several places that would show us Suzani and other arts. We wanted a place to take people to do classes, and this place was just wonderful. There's a family home. They've been doing this for 6 generations, and it's not just embroidery, but the hospitality was wonderful. The lady's wearing a traditional outfit. It's made from velvet, and well, it's what the ladies are wearing now. She was very generous in providing us with sweets and tea, and lots of conversation and discussion on the embroidery. In the centre part of the complex is this big garden. Each place seems to be like that, fruit trees, and it looks like I don't know, food for the goats. There were goats there too. At one end was the area where they do the dyeing, and I guess the silk is that this is walnuts here. The silk self-explanatory, and then bark and onion shells for the purple colour, which I find fascinating. I did bring home some madder root myself, so I can do some dyeing. Then they brought out all these magnificent pieces of Suzani, and it's from a collective, and it's a family collective. It may be other people in the neighbourhood, I don't know. They had an awful lot there. But they brought out just one piece after another, and each one took my breath away. I can't imagine how long it took to do all of these. Most of these are latch hook embroideries, and I quite like the latch hook better than the embroidered ones. They seem to be finer. And the one that I bought was a latch hook embroidery. This is the back of that blue one, which is stunning, and each piece was just amazing. I loved the symbols on these. They're just absolutely beautiful, and each piece was so beautifully designed. I mean, I love the center of this one, and then the border all around the edge. It's just breathtaking. Each piece, they say they dyed the threads. I'm not exactly sure, but of course, there's always a possibility. These are a bit brighter. Now, this lady was at another place, and she was doing um, her embroidery from thread that she said she had dyed, and I think yes, these look more like the hand dyed threads. It was fascinating to see her work. I don't know how she did that knot like that. I couldn't quite work it out, but it was fascinating. And this place too was another place where um, generations have been working together and living together and doing many sorts of crafts to support the family. And of course, even I think she was about 3, this little girl, and Grandma very patiently sat and gave her a needle, threaded a needle for her, and she was asking Grandma to help her. And we met another lady who was doing some too. This too, I believe, was naturally dyed, and now this one is needle embroidery, and it was fascinating to see how it's done. Uh, you can see she's laying down stitch by stitch until she gets to the edge, and then she goes all the way back to the beginning and does a big long stitch. And I love the fact that she's done various colours of purple in here to give it the shading. So maybe she's done various colours, or maybe the thread was just like that and it comes out in that way. But it's fascinating. I'm going to try it myself. I'm not an embroiderer, but I really want to give this a go, and it was brilliant. This is the latch hook style. You can see that's the latch hook here, and you can see how it's drawn. They too told me that their silk threads were hand dyed, and you can see that they are hand dyed because because of the shading in the embroidery, and it was absolutely beautiful. This is silk on silk, or maybe it's silk on silk and cotton, but stunning.